Welcome back, everybody, to the Gen Extra podcast. My name is Seamus McNasty. With me, as always, is Bacon. Tonight, we're going to be discussing one of the worst horror movies ever made, and that is the 1981. I don't know if you can call it a classic, but it's a movie. That's Hell Night, starring Linda Blair. After this,
what you're about to experience is the Gen Extra podcast
with your host Seamus McNasty and Uncle Bacon.
And once again, we have a special guest with us tonight.
Same guy as last week?
Same guy as last week. Everybody knows him. All 106 people that watched the last podcast. And that is our friend, Joey Forearms.
Joey.
Hey, guys.
Joey, what's happening?
Hey, it's super classy that you told the current podcast how many watchers we had at the last one.
I know.
I'm pretty sure that's how all podcasts are done.
I'm trying to be honest.
All right. Hey, that's, honesty is good.
Yeah.
We need some of that in this world right now.
Yeah, I guess. So, okay, let's get it. Let's stop fucking around. Get into the movie. I saw this movie once again, probably when I was 7 or 8. And back then, I thought it was all right. Both of you have never seen it, right? Correct?
I didn't see it until you had me watch it here recently. And I'm sorry I watched it. I am. Joe?
I did not like this movie at all.
It was not a good movie.
It was not good. And it was also the first time that I had seen it. And I also wish that I had not.
Yeah.
I wish I had that time. Here's the thing. I was trying to come up with some sort of a witty, double entendre of, it was certainly Hell Night when I watched this movie. But,
Right.
Fuck this movie. I don't even care.
So if nobody else has seen this movie, which I'm sure a majority of you haven't, this movie's about 4 sorority recruits that want to join a sorority or some shit like that, and they're made to stay overnight at this mansion that supposedly 12 years prior an entire family was killed there, and there was only one survivor left, and they're running around the mansion doing who knows what.
One survivor in the fable, in the legend, but spoiler alert, 2 killers in this movie.
Yeah, and from what I found out, that wasn't originally in the script or whatever, the screenplay. I think at the last minute they decided to just throw another killer in there, just for shock value. I think that's why the story that they tell at the beginning doesn't go with what happens in the end of the movie.
Here's the thing: the story they tell in the beginning doesn't match. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Right.
Because, and just to back up a little bit, just so that people don't make nasty comments about 4 sorority, there were 2 frat boys and 2 sorority girls.
Yeah.
So people are going to get technical with us eventually when people actually start watching this thing. So
nobody's going to want to watch this movie.
No, not the movie, so that we can tell them not to watch this movie.
Okay.
And anybody, listen, I know that we talked about this in the last podcast, hey, go watch this movie. I think I can speak for all 3 of us when I say I am terribly sorry that we recommended it, and I hope that nobody did.
Yeah.
But the story didn't make any sense at all because, okay, so Peter, who is the head fraternity man, who is president, who's scheming all this up, he says every year we take 4 rushes to bring them to
Garth Mansion,
and they have to, spend the night. So I'm thinking to myself, why now, after 12 years, if this guy's been living in this house for the last 12 years, why is he now killing?
Yeah, why isn't there 60 dead bodies scattered all over that place?
Right. Unless Peter knows that all the other co-eds have been murdered up till now, and he's just hiding it. I don't know, but it just fuck this movie. It didn't make sense.
I'm with you, Joe. I'm with you 100%. Only good thing about this movie was Linda Blair.
She was cute back then,
and she wasn't even that great in this movie.
She wasn't. No. And it's like this movie should have been called I Peaked at 12.
Here we go. Here we go.
Because I mean, okay, so I didn't know a whole lot about Linda Blair until like later on in life, because my parents had put such a stigma on The Exorcist that I was scared to death to watch it. So I didn't see The Exorcist until I was like 30 years old. And when I saw it, I was like,
horrible.
When I saw The Exorcist at 30, I was like, this is not a big deal at all. Like, I had seen way worse movies up until then.
Well, back then, it was really racy.
Sure. Yeah, I understand. I mean, there were a couple of parts that were shocking.
Yeah.
But it didn't scare me. You know, I'm sure the Catholic Church had a problem with it, but, you know, and, you know, just like Rosemary's Baby, you watch Rosemary's Baby now and it's like, this movie is like 2.5 hours worth of dog shit with a shocking scene thrown in toward the end.
I've never saw that movie, but since you say that, I'll probably never see that movie.
I wouldn't. No, it's just a Mia Farrow whining throughout the entire film, and then she has sex with the devil and births his baby. It's terrible. It's a horrible film. But yeah. So I mean, just a bunch of kids who, you know, again, who peaked early on in life. You know, Vincent Van Patten was a professional tennis player who, you know, kind of like, whatever. I'll do this acting thing. My dad's an actor. How hard can it be?
Yeah.
And then the guy who was with Linda Blair had some sort of an odd, like he was on, I think he might have been on Baywatch, something. I can't remember. I looked it up, but I can't remember because fuck this movie. Who cares?
It seems to be the theme of this episode here. Now, you said we should call this movie I Peaked at 12. I was reading up on this, and Linda Blair thought she'd do this movie so she wouldn't be typecast as the young, innocent girl from The Exorcist anymore. But it backfired on her. And because she thought she was going to get bigger Hollywood roles and whatnot, but it backfired, and all she got was like, you know, stereotypical exploitation B movies and stuff and TV roles afterwards.
That's because she posed nude. Right?
That is because she posed nude after.
Part of it.
Yep.
The other part is she can't act her way out of a paper bag.
Oh, Joe.
You know, I mean, again, she was great in The Exorcist as far as the acting, as far as the role went. She was good in that, but she was 12. You know, when she was an adult, she was just, you know, a cute girl.
Eye candy.
You know, she turned into eye candy. That's how Hollywood saw her at that point.
Right. And
she never recovered. You know, she did Wee magazine, which was a huge mistake, evidently. And
is that the one she was nude in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And, you know, she just never went anywhere because I really don't think that Hollywood took her seriously.
Yeah.
You know, maybe she could have been a superstar. You know, maybe she could have had like a Jamie Lee Curtis type of a career, but yeah, I mean, and to do this movie to try to get away from the innocent role of Regan from The Exorcist, she was the innocent girl in this movie too. The only thing that made her like relatable and approachable as a character was the fact that she had mechanical skills with a car.
You realize they had to show that at the end of the movie. Once they explained that, once she told that story in the movie, they had to show her work on a car towards the end of the movie.
Well, I think what happened was they shot this because a lot of movies are shot out of sequence.
Yeah.
Maybe they shot that car scene and she went under the hood and was jacking around with the engine, and they're like, well, now we've got to figure out, we have to explain this somehow.
Do a retake.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Let's have her explain it to Hairdo in front of the fireplace, and we'll go from there.
So this movie was produced by BLT Productions. You ever heard of it, Joe?
Bacon, lettuce, and tomato production.
I have not.
I've never heard of BLT Productions myself either.
I have not.
And it was distributed by Compass International. And the last thing that Compass International ever distributed was the original Halloween movie.
Like from 1978 Halloween
yeah.
movie?
Yep. And then after that, this movie, believe it or not, has had 21 different distributors throughout the 37 years, whatever.
Which I don't understand. Like, why are you trying to distribute this movie so hard?
Well, it was the original VHS that came out a year later, and then all the subsequent like anniversaries and all the different countries,
DVDs, Blu-rays,
Blu-rays,
Laserdisc,
yeah, Laserdisc was included.
Oh my god, I remember Laserdisc. I wouldn't be surprised if we found out that Linda Blair owned at least 15 of those distribution companies to try to get this
trying to peddle it.
Like, no, seriously, you have to see this movie I was in. It was great. Is this what college is like? Because I didn't go to university, so I don't know.
I'm going to say no, because there was no black people in this movie whatsoever, Joe.
Zero.
There's no black.
Zero.
None.
So it must have been somewhere in like Vermont.
Nevada.
Now that you bring it up, Bacon, I don't think there were any black people in the last American Virgin.
There wasn't. There wasn't.
No, there was.
Was there?
There was.
Where?
There was
like a party scene in the background?
No, in the locker room scene.
Was there?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. There was one black kid in the locker room scene, and then he shows up later at Karen's birthday party.
Huh.
All right.
Yeah.
Weird.
So here's what you got to do, Bacon. You have to go back and watch that movie.
I'm gonna take your word for it, Joe, that there was at least one black person in that movie. But no, I know there was none in this movie.
There was none. No.
That's unfortunate.
No, I think it's all right because no black person wanted to be a part of this shit show.
Here's the thing: if there was a black person, especially if there was a black guy or a black girl in that house, as soon as the screaming started, the movie would have been over because they would have been like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
There you go. 100% correct. Either that or been the first one killed.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what I said. As soon as I heard, I knew that the screaming was recorded and all that they were trying to mess with. But as soon as I heard that, I was like, you know what? I don't really want to be in this fraternity that badly.
Yeah.
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Where's the revolver that Bobo Tim Matheson gave me? I'm leaving.
Hey Joe, was it just me or did those two main guys look like they were rejects from the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
They tried to get a role as Bo and Luke Duke, but it just didn't pan out for them.
Yeah. Either that or like the guys driving the boat on Miami Vice during a drug deal. The hair in this movie was magnificent. I mean, 1981 hair. It was something to behold. Lots of feathered hair.
That Farrah Fawcett look going on.
Oh yeah. The British girl was, for some reason, she was British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this movie kind of disappointed me, Joe, because there's no sex in this movie. There's like the glimpse of sex.
Yeah, there was some pseudo sex.
There was like, some about to get it on.
And then there was that weird, like right at the very beginning, there was that weird wet t-shirt thing going on.
Yeah.
Like, okay, here's your semi-nudity and on with the art show that is this film.
The art show.
Because, Jesus.
Name Gene Hasselhoff sound familiar to you?
I saw that in the trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah, evidently that's what
David Hasselhoff's younger sister was in an uncredited party guest.
Yeah, let's go back and try to pick her out.
This movie sucked.
This movie was terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
I don't see how we still have this much to talk about.
I don't think we do. That's why I'm going to get to the rating.
With this movie. This movie sucked.
I think I had texted you at one point while watching this movie that, like, oh my God, this movie is dragging.
Yeah.
Because
we cut it off by then.
There were scenes in this movie where, like, when they're walking back from the gate to the house after, I think it was after Van Patten climbed over and got out of there.
Yeah.
That scene took forever.
There was a lot of scenes that were just too drawn out.
So many. And all I could think of was, did the director fall asleep and just forget to say cut? And they just were like, should we
keep going?
Keep walking? Like, let's just
keep following them. Follow them.
You know, it took forever. And then even the twists were bad. Like when Peter had the keys in his fingers after he was killed by that sling blade.
Yeah. He had a kung fu grip on it.
Yeah. I call it a Kaiser blade. Some people call it a swing blade.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. So I'm just gonna get to the rating on this because there's really not much more to talk about it.
Wow.
This episode is gonna be about 9 minutes after I edit it.
That was fast.
That was fast. It was so bad. I don't want to keep discussing it. I'm gonna give this. I'll just give it 1 Lucky Charm 4-leaf clover out of 5. Just 1.
Just 1?
Just 1.
I'm gonna do better than you.
What's that?
I'm giving it a half a strip of bacon. Half a strip.
It's not even that good bacon. It's that like prepackaged.
It's that turkey bacon. This ain't even real bacon. It's just turkey. A half a strip of turkey bacon. Ain't gonna be satisfied off of that.
I like some real bacon once in a while.
I like turkey bacon
once in a while,
but I prefer real bacon.
Joe,
I'm gonna give this movie 1 dead manatee.
Come on, why you gotta switch the graphics?
Yes.
Why you gotta switch
the graphics? Because you didn't switch up his name like you wanted. Yes.
What? No. It's not even worth a meth addicted flamingo because this movie had no life to it at all.
Find a manatee.
So
and then superimpose a knife going through the manatee. Got that? Manatee. Can you find that graphic?
Yeah.
Man, is that like kind of like a walrus? Is that what a manatee is?
Yeah. Just like Google it. It's there. I tell you what, as quickly, and there's people that are going to criticize me for this, but as quickly as they're dying down here, it shouldn't be hard to find a graphic.
Ooh. Sorry to hear.
Just can't get out of the way of the boats, man. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, so since it is October and we're gonna stick with the theme of horror films, not horror films.
I think we got a better choice this time around, folks.
We're thinking maybe The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing.
Which one?
John Carpenter's The Thing, the original,
82,
the 82.
I think
it was 82.
82.
Kurt Russell.
Well, you know that's a remake, right?
Yeah, I know of a 1952 movie.
This is the Gen Extra podcast.
Okay.
Not the Sock Hop podcast. Not the Doo Wop podcast.
Although I have seen the original.
I got you the original.
It's good. You ever seen the original, Joe?
I have. Yeah, it's super suspenseful.
Right? Big killer plant. Remember, it was like a plant, basically.
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should do like a like a double feature of the original The Thing and the original The Day the Earth Stood Still from.
See, I love the original Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah, the most irresponsible parenting ever.
So are you good with The Thing?
I'm good with the thing.
The Kurt Russell thing.
Oh my God, Russell. I mean, we're going from one awesome hair movie to another because Kurt Russell's hair had its own agent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't even compare this movie we just reviewed here to the Kurt Russell The Thing. I mean, it's so much better.
Well, but I mean, okay, but I gave it a dead manatee, man. There's nowhere to go but up on this one.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go but up.
Can you burn the bacon?
I'm not burning the bacon, man. I'm not.
Can you burn it?
It's too much graphical work.
Like you're gonna be doing anything else.
It's too much graphical work.
What part of the turkey does the bacon come from?
You're off topic again.
It's turkey.
I'm start drinking.
Do turkeys have back fat?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
So I apologize to everybody for even bringing this movie up. It was just that bad.
We promise next week's movie is going to be a whole lot better.
Hopefully.
Come on, man.
If you like Kurt Russell.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
I like John Carpenter.
It is a classic.
It is a classic.
And regardless of Hell Night, please subscribe to the podcast.
Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Hit that bell.
Hit the bell.
Send it to your friends
that you hate.
Just don't let them watch Hell Night.
Yeah.
Say, hey, don't waste an hour and 41 minutes of your life. Just watch this 15-minute podcast and you'll know everything you need to know about that movie.
Yeah. And then you probably hate us for watching the podcast.
No, because fuck this movie. Graphics.